Right, we're live.
Hi everybody, it's Dawn Westmoreland, and I'd like to welcome you to my first webinar. And I'd also like to tell you that Mark Bonus, who is a friend of mine, is going to be helping tonight with the slides, as this is my very first webinar. So welcome everybody, and I encourage you to ask questions. Just go ahead and post the questions. And I'd like to tell you, first of all, why I designed this webinar. So first of all, a lot of people that want to have respect in their life are introverts, and people who've ever experienced bullying in their life also want to learn about how to command respect in their life and their business. And in general, there's always people out there that just want to increase the level of respect in their life. So I welcome you for being here. So what will you get out of this? I'll teach you some strategies about how to command respect in yourself, and I will teach you some strategies how to have respect for yourself and to accelerate your career and personal life, and also how to project positive energy, positive body language, and stop from being a leader. So first of all, let me tell you my story. My story.
Sorry.
Hi everybody, we're back. Mark and I both are animal lovers, and that sounds like Evie, so sorry about the little distraction. So anyway, let me tell you about my story. My story is that I've grown up as a shy person, and I always had a hard time commanding respect in my life. So as I got older and I grew up, my shyness and my being an introvert always interfered with a lot of things in my life. And so being shy and being introverted also brought on a lot of bullying in my life. And even though nobody likes to be bullied, a lot of times bullies will target people that, you know, seem weak or less confident. So I had to learn how to get confidence. I had to learn how to get respect. And probably my biggest incident of learning how to get respect is about 2 years ago. I worked in the Veteran Affairs. And while I worked in the Veteran Affairs, I experienced horrific bullying. And it all began because I reported unfair hiring practices, and I also reported unfair training practices. And I had a problem with that working in the Veteran Affairs because I saw a lot of family and friend members that were coming on that were not necessarily you know, the most qualified people. And in the government, it's always illegal to hire people that are not qualified, or, you know, in this sense, nepotism, where they're just hired because they're family and friends. So I went ahead and I reported them, the management, for that. And I endured 2 years of horrific harassment, bullying. My phone was monitored. I was stalked. They tried to fire me. And I could go on more and more about the story. But the story really is this, is that I had to stand up to that harassment and that bullying. The first thing that I did was I documented everything, and then I took that documentation and I reported the Veteran Affairs where I worked at in Asheville. And that was at the MACPAC, the Mid-Atlantic Patient Accounting Center, where I worked at. It's a VA agency. So once I submitted that, all the harassment started. So how do you command respect in your life? Well, like I said, I documented a lot of things, and I hired an attorney, and the harassment got so severe that I ended up in the mental health ward. And when I ended up in the mental health ward, it was very depressing, and it was so depressing that, you know, I just wanted to lay there, and, you know, and I was lethargic all the time. I was never suicidal, but I was very lethargic, and I was just absolutely miserable. And you know that you've reached total misery when you absolutely find no joy in your life. And at that point, I had found no joy in my life. I was absolutely, totally miserable. So I laid in my bed thinking, the biggest bully was not my management that had come after me and had harassed me for 2 years. It really was myself, because I realized that the biggest bully in my life really was myself. And I say that, first of all, because it's okay to feel bad about things. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself. But when you stay there too long and you stay in the victimhood, you're at what we call an energy level 1. And an energy level 1 is feeling like a victim, feeling totally hopeless. Everything looks gray or looks black, very lethargic. It's one of the most unhealthiest energy levels that anybody could ever be at. So on the third day, I started reflecting on my life. What had I done right? What had I done wrong in my life? And I've learned a lot of things from all the experiences and all the bullying experiences. And one thing that you can do is you can grow from that opportunity. And I did. I grew. So I checked myself out of the mental health ward, and I went ahead and got off all the medicines that I had been in. I went ahead and saved all the money I could, and I got an attorney. And the ending of the story is very good, and it's very powerful, is that in March of this year, that my attorney and I were able to settle with the Veteran Affairs 2 days before he went to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Now that's really huge, because first of all, I know when my management went after me to run me off like they had done to other people, I showed them that I was tough enough, I had enough respect for myself, and also respect for other people that were mistreated. And so now it is a case file that has been recorded and archived, and I'm now going out and I'm talking about my bullying experience. And I go out and I talk about my bullying experience not because I want anybody to feel sorry for me. That is the very last thing I would ever want. I go out to tell others that you too can go through hard times, go through darkness and feel sad or anxious or depressed, and you can get through it. You really can. So I'm really excited about that. And with the money that I had gotten from my settlement, I started a nonprofit called the Foundation of Respect. It's still fairly new. I'm still formulating it. Basically, I'm going out to help empower men and women. I've done radio shows. I've got a big radio show coming up. The Fishbowl Radio Network is coming up, and that's got 1.8 million listeners. And I've also been featured in the Christian Science Monitor for what I've been through with the bullying, what I'm doing today, and moving forward. So anyway, let's get into the steps of how to command respect in your life. So first of all, first impressions are very lasting. And what do I mean by that? So when you walk around, do you walk confident or do you slump over? Now for myself, I'm a pretty tall girl. I'm 5'10", and generally in shoes or heels, I'm 6 foot tall. Do you carry yourself tall and proud no matter what your size is? And another thing is that when you're with other people, you're presenting, you're talking, you're around people, are you fidgety? Are you nervous and anxious? Because people pick up on that kind of energy. And the one thing that, exudes confidence and exudes, respect is being calm, cool, and collected. So always maintain a sense of calm and positivity. And keep your facial expressions confident. When you walk around with a frown, it's very obvious to other people. And it also kind of pushes people away from you and causes distrust. And another thing is to always to believe in yourself. In fact, it's so important that you believe in yourself more than anyone else, that if you don't totally believe in yourself and your talents and your goodness, then nobody else is going to want to do that for you. So I know for myself, when I go to meetings or I meet new people, one of the things that's so very important to me is a firm handshake. A firm handshake tells a person that you're confident, it shows respect, and it also tells the person that you respect yourself. A wimpy handshake does not do that. And also, there's been a study that shows that people are twice as likely to remember you if you shake hands with them. There's a saying that you're always on parade. And I remember hearing that a long time from my brother who told me that. And exactly what that means is that even when you're not aware of other people around you, people are always observing you, watching you, and they're watching how you're going to behave. So always be mindful, no matter where you're at, unless you're totally by yourself, that other people are also going to be observing your mannerisms and your behavior. So there's also another study, and this might surprise you a little bit, but men use less hand gestures than women. And that's also a sign of showing, respect, believe it or not. So another thing is that you always want to walk your talk. When you are saying that you're going to do something, it's really key and very important that you honor your commitment, keep your promises, and walk your talk. Many times people will go out there and they'll tell you their opinions about life or this or that or the other. And think about it. How many times have you sat back and you've wondered, is this fact or opinion? It's okay to say, in my opinion, but when you tell somebody something and it's not factual, then you are not representing the truth. You're given an opinion. So it's always very important to be very factual and give good information. So another thing, too, is to be a good role model, be a good mentor, live with dignity, live with class, live with grace, and treat everybody with respect. And that's so very important, because when you don't treat people with respect, what you're doing is telling others you don't respect them, and you also don't respect your own self when you mistreat other people. Have you ever been around somebody that is a constant bragger? They're always talking about their achievements. Everything is a big brag, or they just want to impress you so much. Well, it's normal, for people to be proud of their achievements or something that's going on or something with their child. It's very normal. But, when you brag too much and you're constantly trying to impress people, what you're doing is you're telling them that you're so insecure that you're trying to make yourself bigger. So action always speaks louder than your words. Another thing about respect is praising people, being kind to them. Show them the same respect that you want from yourself. And something that so many people are guilty of is gossiping. When you gossip, you lose total respect. It's never right to gossip in front of, another group of people just to try to impress them or to put somebody down. All it does is shows disrespect toward yourself and disrespect toward the other people. So keep that in mind, that if you're going to say something that you wouldn't say in front of that person, it's probably a good idea not to say, anything like that. So one thing that other people love too is a person that gets out there. They're community-oriented. They like to improve the world or improve their community, donate their talents. That's something that we always need out there, is people that are giving of themselves. And that's the kind of people that are respected. So oftentimes, too, people come to us and they want us to buy something from them, or to buy their product, to buy their services, to watch their child, to go to an event that you don't want to go to. Think about how many times that you have said yes to something that you absolutely did not want to go to or do. How many times have you done that? I know I've done it myself many times, and I've really, really resented it, and I've really been upset at myself for breaking down and doing something that I didn't believe in or want to do. So it's very important that when you don't feel that you want to do something, be okay with saying no. Be okay with saying, it's fine to say no, and you don't have to make excuses. You never have to explain why you want to say no. If you don't want to go to an event, you don't want to take on extra volunteer stuff, be able to say no. So probably one of the hardest things that people have in their life is setting healthy boundaries. And what am I talking about? Setting healthy boundaries with the people in your life, whether it's at home, whether it's at work, is being able to tell somebody that you don't like something, if it's a behavior or an action towards you that's not healthy. For example, if you're at work and a coworker is saying bad things behind your back, or they're being disrespectful, it's being able to speak up for yourself and tell that person that you plan, to report them if they can't behave, or just tell them whatever's on your mind in a healthy way, so that you set a healthy boundary. And it's always best to state these expectations up front. A lot of times people are, it's a reaction. They're upset at people at work. Sometimes you need to, set these boundaries, at work and at your home, because we all need to have healthy boundaries. It could be something as simple, hey, every day I need 30 minutes to myself, whether that's to watch TV, to take a long bath, shower, just meditate. We all need that time. So don't ever be afraid, to ask for boundaries, and have them set. So I also encourage you to look around at the 5 people that you're around the most. And yes, for many people, you're going to say, that's my family. But, above and beyond the people that you live with, your immediate family, evaluate the 5 people that you're around the most. Are these happy people? Are these positive people? Are these confident people? Are these people that uplift you? Or are these people that are like energy vampires that just suck everything from you? If they're not supporting your needs, your growth, then they might be taking all of your energy from you. Now, one thing I've had to do in the past couple of years is really take a look at the people in my life, the people, friends around me, acquaintances around me, and evaluate, are they serving me? Are they not serving me? Are they, and when I say serving, I mean for my higher good, for my personal growth. Are they positive? Do they bring the best out of me? Do they make me happy when I'm around them? And I've had to actually say goodbye to relationships that are not healthy, or people that are constantly negative. Now, I realize we all have bad days. I have bad days too. But if you're around somebody who is constantly negative, it's going to bring you down. It's going to bring your energy levels down, and you're going to be tired, and you're going to be lethargic, and it's just not fun. So I say, really take a good look at the people around you, and if they're not showing respect to you, showing respect to others, is that something that you want to be around? Is it serving you? Is it serving you for the best? So I'd like to go ahead and open it up to any questions right now. And all you have to do is type in a question, and it's pretty much a free-for-all. So I encourage you go ahead and type in a question if you have one, and I'm going to be quiet just a second waiting for something to come through, okay?
So, Dawn, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can.
I have a quick question.
Go right ahead.
My question is, I know obviously you say it's important to be confident in various situations. What tools and sort of techniques do you use, Dawn, if you're not feeling confident in a situation? Say you're about to go to a meeting or give a presentation, and there's that little doubt that you feel. What is it that you do to kick in that kind of confidence and change your mindset?
Well, a lot of times, if you have to go and do a presentation, go into a meeting, do something where you need to get a little bit of confidence, one of the things that I will do is take some deep breaths. And a lot of times I'll put my hands on my hips, which is also called a power pose. And when you're standing and when you do that, you'll notice how you elevate your energy levels and you feel more confidence. Now, sometimes for somebody who's really an introvert that really has a hard time, they have to go out and do maybe a public speaking event, and they just feel like they're trembling, they're having a hard time. There's a lot of ways to prepare to have more confidence. You could do meditation. I've used hypnosis. I've hypnotized people so they can have more confidence and to feel better about themselves. But also, too, is just remembering that the other people are humans just like us. They have a lot of the same habits as we do. And everybody out there has fears and insecurities. So sometimes the best thing to do is just jump in and just go ahead and do it. And that's just something I've been very fortunate about, is even though I can feel, fearful or uncomfortable, I can still move ahead and do it. And so that's something I encourage, all the listeners out there, even if you're uncomfortable, just go and do it. Jump into it, because you will look back and feel really good and confident because you did it. And you'll amaze yourself each and every time.
Fantastic, fantastic. Just for those in the chat, there's 11 people watching at the moment, so really getting some great content from Dawn today. If there's a little chat button at the top, it's two sort of speech bubbles. Please do click on that. And if you just type your question in there, that will come to Dawn and myself, and we can get your questions answered. So I encourage you, this is a great opportunity to really ask questions, to gain clarity on the fantastic content that Dawn has shared today. So really go ahead and take advantage of that. And Dawn, whilst we're giving people space to put questions in if they have, would you like to just share with viewers your special offer?
Yes, I do have a special offer, and what I'm offering each and every person out there is a 20-minute breakthrough to success, a consultation with me. And all they have to do is just contact me. You can contact me through my website, or you can contact me at 828-702-0790, and we can set up a time to do a consultation. So I'd love that for anybody that just needs a breakthrough. We all get stuck at times. Even I get stuck at times. And if something is holding you back or keeping you a leader in hiding and that you want to break through it, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be glad to work with you.
So if you could just repeat your web address again, and also your email, just so that everybody have that too. How's that too?
Sure. Well, my website is my name. It's Dawn, D-A-W-N, Marie, M-A-R-I-E, and my last name, Westmoreland, WESTMORELAND.com. This is DawnMarieWestmoreland.com. And you can get a hold of me by email at Dawn, just like my name, at thefoundationofrespect.com. dawn@thefoundationofrespect.com. That's Dawn at thefoundationofrespect.com. And again, I invite each and every one of you, take advantage. I've been able to help a lot of people that have been stuck in their life to break through, because if you're living small and you're denying people your gifts and your talents, you're really not only depriving yourself, but you're depriving other people of your gifts and talents. And it's so very important in a world where people live in so much fear and so much doubt and insecurity. So I encourage you, reach out to me, and I'd be glad to work with you.
So that's a free 20-minute breakthrough session.
Mm-hmm.
And that can happen wherever anybody else is in the world. You can conduct that session online, on the phone, or in person. So everybody has a chance to really make the most of that fantastic offer that you're giving people today. And you're also I'm right in thinking that you're also gonna email that to people as well that have registered?
Yes, I will go ahead and do that. And go ahead and check out my website too, because I do have some MP3 downloads. I have a very good offer. I've got 5 of them on self-esteem, confidence, personal blueprint development. I've got 5 of them, I believe, for $27, which is unheard of because you'll never find downloads that cheap. But check it out, and I hope to hear from you on the consultations.
Fantastic. So, Donna, I really feel that this is a sort of subject where people might not want to ask questions in such a public space in chat. So I really do encourage people to take not just the opportunity for the 20-minute breakthrough session, but to contact you on Facebook, on your website, via email if they have questions that they'd like to answer privately. I know that you get messages all the time on Facebook from people who have experienced similar situations to yourself, and you absolutely love helping those people out.
That is so. And for all the listeners who's wondering where my dear friend Mark Bonus is coming from, you obviously recognize that he is from the UK, but he's now in Melbourne, Australia.
Certainly am.
And glad to have you with me.
It's fantastic. So I don't think there's any questions. I do feel that people will go ahead and ask you questions privately. So let me just ask, what's the one last thing that you would say to teach people or empower people today, wherever they're at, whatever they're feeling as they've been watching this, whatever is going on in their life? What is that one thing, Dawn, that you will say to empower everybody today?
As I said before, it's really important to believe in yourself, even more than other people. I would encourage you not to be always looking for validation from other people and other sources. You really have to find that happiness within, the confidence within, the respect within, because if you're always looking for it elsewhere, you will always be chasing after it, and it's always right inside you. It really is.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dawn, for your webinar today. Thank you to everybody who has attended, who has turned up. I really believe that what you've shared has really added value today.
Thank you.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Obviously, head over to Dawn's site, find her on Facebook, email her. There'll be an email that Dawn will send to everybody that will have these details into, and make the most of that opportunity. And do make sure that you connect with Dawn, as she offers more free webinars and free opportunities for you to really develop and grow and develop in that confidence and really shift your life from the place that it's at now to an even greater place. So wherever you're in the world, have a fantastic day, morning or evening. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.